Yo, what up, y'all? What up, y'all? Let's go ahead and stop this. We are live, live, live. It's your girl Nina Capone in the streets radio, and we are back, y'all. What's up? What's up? Y'all, I'm gonna bring the chat up. If y'all want to holler at me, I got the chat live. I got the chat going. Holler at your girl. It's going down tonight. Y'all asked for me to bring back in the streets radio, and I did. Here I am. We got a little sound effects going on and mature things in the background. Y'all already know. Listen, tonight we got the one and only Reese Banga. If you don't know who he is, make sure you're tuned in so when we bring him on, you can learn all about him. Yo, he got lots and lots of things going on. New single drop. We just dropped it on the website and thestreetsradio.com. I'm gonna make sure I add that on the screen for y'all. Here we go. There y'all go. Y'all can see that. Make sure you go to the website and check it out. Reese, when you want, holler at your girl. I should be able to see you when you get in. Right now, I've been moving around, moving and shaking, doing some things y'all already know. Mainly on Heat 100 Radio, our sister station, just on there making some noise, doing some live interviews on the morning rush. Shout out to Heat 100, of course. And now we're back. We're back live in effect every Thursday evening, 7 p.m. with one of the Philly's hottest, if not Philly, it could be anywhere, y'all. We got some production issues in the background. But yo, shout out to everybody that been requesting to bring back in the streets radio. Respect the hustle. Y'all already know it's all about the hustle. We got some crazy topics coming up. I'm not gonna bring up this one. I'm gonna save it for next week when the tension clears. But we got some good topics coming up. We going to also be doing all of the shows are not going to be online virtual. Some of them will be just voice shows. So you can definitely just stay tuned, look at the promo, make sure you're logging into the right place so you can check us out, see where we are, see what we're doing. We got the business show coming as well, Born to Talk. Make sure y'all checking and tuning into that when we be just simply interviewing businesses, finding out what they got going on. More or less, I would say business promo. So who out there? Who out there? Jump in the chat. Let me know what y'all out there doing. So we got some new equipment, of course, and we that's where all the noises and everything is happening in the background. Y'all know y'all not used to me making all this excess noise in the background, but we definitely here. We definitely live, waiting for our guest to come in. A little bit about Reese Banger. He just released. Actually, he's working on an EP. The first one, well, the EP is titled "Overworked, Underpaid." I think we can all relate to that. He dropped the first EP July 2nd called "Carry It." That joint crazy. Look like we got a caller already, so we're gonna jump in with that. Yo, caller, state your name.
It's the one and only Mr. 3.0.
Look, you right on it. What up with you though?
Yeah, you already know it's Thursday. It's our day. You know what I'm saying? You know I'm saying live and direct with the one and only Nina Capone. You know, respect the hustle. Everybody should respect your hustle. If you don't, then why you hustle? You know?
That's what look, say less. Say less. What's up with you? What you got going on, Mr.
Yeah.
3.0?
Well, Mr. 3.0 was supposed to be off today, but you know, one of my guys called me up and said somebody needed some help doing some moving, and that's what I do. One of the things I specialize in. You should know that. And so I made it happen in about four and a half hours, and now I got more work for tomorrow. So you know the hustle continues. That's how that goes.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. That's what we do, right? We hustle. What up, Ryan Bodie? I see you. The one and only infamous boxer there that get knocked out by me. The one and only Nina Capone. What up, Ryan
Oh
Bodie? I
man.
see you. So tell me, so
So how
what
was your week, Nina Capone?
my week was long and stressful.
Me too.
I- Listen, I had a long, stressful week, but to say the least, hey, it is what it is. I'm around. I can't
Right.
complain. You
Uh huh.
know, listen,
Okay.
it ain't much I can say or do from there. How I
Yeah.
sound?
Well,
I'm I got
I pretty much.
I got some sound. How it
You
sound on your
sound pretty
end?
good. You was breaking up at first. It
Okay,
sounded pretty
okay,
good. You was breaking up at the beginning.
okay, okay.
But yeah, my week is going pretty good. Got a new manager position at a security team, so
Tell us about promote
managing
the
things
security
and
team. Tell us a little bit about the security team you working with. What you doing?
full force protection, full force protection. You know, we're covering a lot of sites. So if anybody is looking for their event space, market, whatever you have that you want, what I mean, some security there to make sure that everything runs smoothly and goes smoothly, feel free to reach out to Full Force Protection. We will get at you
I might need some
and take
protection.
care of you, accommodate you.
Okay, okay, that's what I'm
You don't
talking
need no
about.
protection. You got enough. You got enough bodyguards. You got enough
I might
bodyguards. You
need some
good.
protection. I
You don't need no protection,
got
man.
I
You
got
good. You
somebody
got
wanna
enough bodyguards. You got it all
no,
under control.
no, I might need some help. I might be in fact, let me send a number to
I had a.
our guest.
I'm not even gonna lie. Like I had a Nina Capone moment that, like, I just wanted to let you know on the air. Like I actually really went in the archive to listen to probably like 8 tracks. It was like, yeah, she's back. So now I'm about to get back into the lab. You know what I mean? So I just want you to know that I'm prepared for whatever we got. You know what I mean? Whatever's happening, I'm ready. I'm ready. Suited up and booted up. You know what I
That's
mean?
what's up. That's what's up. I'm trying to get our guest in right
You know
now.
me.
I'm trying to get him in. Let me see how I can send this to him real quick. So Jay, tell me this. Shout out to the
I'm here.
shout
What's
out
up?
to the engineer in the background. He pushing buttons. We can shout out. I got an engineer for this show tonight. No, or no, I don't.
Oh, you got an engineer.
Yeah, I got an
Oh,
engineer on
we
deck.
got an engineer tonight. Oh man, he usually be the engineer.
I'm the engineer, but let me. I'm trying to get Reese
He be
Banger
good.
on.
Oh, I mean, I understand. Yeah, I'm here. Good.
Hold on. I'm
With the
trying to.
engineer, got new, all right, got new sound effects and all that.
Yeah, can we get some sound effects engineer real quick?
Okay.
Can you hear that?
All right.
We got gunshots.
Yeah, I hear. I
It's
hear.
going down.
Ow!
I'm a Reese. Hold on. All right. So people probably like, what is
So
she doing? We trying to get the artist in, y'all. Let's see if
you're
he
trying to
can.
get the earth. What's
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah,
You all right?
yeah, I'm trying to get him on the live,
Did
but
he pop up?
he said it said started already, but it should get him in. I don't know. Not sure. But I'm gonna tell him he can call in. Actually, let me send him the number real quick. And then we gonna go from there. We just gonna chat while we can. Cause this I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I did do homework and everything. Just so you know.
Oh, you did
I
your
do know
homework?
my job, so I do. Yes, I got some topics for it. You know what I mean, for the upcoming week. I also have
Look.
um two guests that want to come on the show, and
Hmm?
um so yeah, I've been in my bag. You already know
You wanna join
you
me here?
starting up that engine. So huh?
I was just called crazy. I'm being distracted by a crazy person who's calling me crazy.
Uh,
Who's calling me
they
crazy? I
calling you
think
crazy?
call it state your name.
Me, this
Hello?
yeah.
This Reese Banger.
uh, I'm in the building. Look, look, I could not get through this joint. I didn't even know I was joining there, but yeah, you know what I mean. I was trying to work it out,
Good
but
money.
yeah,
It's
we here.
cool. It's cool. We here. We here. We got you on the voice is fine. We do the other part later, another time. But what's up? Tell us what's going on. First of all, introduce yourself. I tried to do a little introduction, but I know you can handle it. Go ahead.
I I caught it. You did an incredible job though. But listen, man, for those who didn't know, man, I've been around for quite some time. I come from like the DVD era, you know what I'm saying? But I spent some time on and off, you know what I mean, due to some ups and downs with the family. But you know what I mean, I'm back. Um, when I was on the scene before, I was in groups and stuff like that. So now I'm back on the scene by myself with a solo career in the
So
works. You
who is
already know.
Reese
So
Banga? Tell us. I know who you are, but the people, everybody don't know who you are. So tell us who is Reese Banga and what he bring.
Reese Banga is an engineer, the artist, songwriter.
Mm,
Uh, I bring to the table a lot, man. I got a pretty solid staff. I got a lot of good people that I'm working with. I've been working with from out the mud. We used to call it the basement days. You know what I'm saying?
right, right.
So shit, coming from that, and just being an artist, and just snowballing into a CEO with Banga Productions.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So as I saw in my notes here that you putting out an EP and you've been dropping singles like every few like every month. I don't know how you doing it. So tell me, catch me up. Tell me what you doing with these singles. I know you dropped one what July 2nd and now and another one coming on the 3rd. Tell me a little bit about carrying it first. Let's just jump right into that, John.
July 2nd is when we dropped the single Carrier. I just signed a management deal with Black Ink Management. Shout out to my man Ryan over there, Bungalow Records. And this is how we end up with the distribution with Universal Music Group.
Okay,
So
okay.
we got the actual little push from them right now. So July 2nd we dropped Carrier. And the single was just, it's so universal because no matter what we into in life, we have to carry it to the way.
Listen, you ain't
Absolutely.
never lied. You ain't never lied. And it's crazy because I think, when I listened to it, I was like, damn, that resonates with me. Also I just sent you the link to your Facebook too for the live. See if you can join. But one of the things when I heard the song, I was like, damn, this is so deep because so many people, we get the responsibility of carrying it, rather it's just something in life in general for mothers or children, relationships, job, whatever it is, we always got to carry it. So you just kind of you touched on everything when you went into that. And I think that was dope. So it's a good song. But what inspired you? What were you talking about when you said carry it, when you came up with the concept?
Well, just coming off of the COVID year, like just like everybody else, but like what was important to me or what I would say life changing. I lost my grandmother, man,
Mm,
through the COVID season. You know what I'm saying? But
right, right,
the way we had to carry it for her on the way out, we had to carry it for her like a queen. Um, Due to circumstances, and we couldn't have a traditional funeral, so
right.
it gave me the inspiration that no matter how we step it, like we gotta give it our best.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, no doubt, no doubt. So
Even through the worst situations, so we sometimes we gotta carry some baggage we don't want to carry, but you still gotta show up to your job with that smile on your face.
listen, I know, and
And
it's so crazy
this was
because
me back when the curb carrying. You know
right,
what I
right,
mean?
right. And it's real. It's real. Like I can relate so much because so many people don't realize they carry it. But we got to, especially, us, like we in a game, like even throwing your game face on and for me, I had days where, it's not right, but I'm like, all right, I gotta get on stage, I gotta get on camera, I gotta get on the radio, I gotta go speak to people, whatever. It's like you don't really get a chance to go ahead and deal with it how, some people with that kind of free time can say, cry, let it out. Argue. Sometimes you
Yeah,
gotta like throw that
yeah.
game face on and just carry it. And that's just what it is. So I think that song gonna be big for you. Keep pushing it. As you see, we loaded it to the site. We're gonna keep you up as a feature. It's a dope song. But you got another one.
That's much appreciation. This is 50 picked it up and put it on their site
Mm,
for a second. So we have like
nice.
12K, 15K, something like that, 3 weeks.
Nice.
But it's definitely got some good traction. So we gonna continue to push this one. Like I said, August the 6th, we dropping a single titled Breathe.
Right, right, right. Tell me a little
And
bit
then right
about that,
after that,
John.
5 weeks after that. So that's the game plan. Every 5 weeks, I'm gonna hit
Every
them with a
five
new
weeks. Okay,
single.
okay.
Um, and due to the fact that the EP, we're gonna have at least like 3 to 4 visuals off of the EP. And shout out to my camera crew, 1229 Productions. Uh, shoot all my visuals. So we definitely be coming back with the visuals heavy, man. You're gonna catch us at the right venues, the right shows. You know what I mean? Like
Nice.
don't get it twisted. We still gonna pull up to the hole in the wall, Jones. I let it network. I'm still
Absolutely.
reachable. So if they see me, pull up.
So tell us a little bit about Breathe. Now, I haven't even heard that one yet, but I'm like, uh-oh, that sounds like it's ready. So tell us about Breathe, where you come up with it,
Yeah,
what
man,
inspired it.
I got so much backlash a little bit for the title, considering what we was going through, and it's a sensitive time for even the word breathe.
Right, right.
It was like, all right, let's move forward with it. But the concept with that is through us carrying it, if we ain't giving them no time to breathe, like before you get tired of this next one, we're gonna hit you with the next one.
Nice,
There's
nice,
no
nice.
breath in between these strides, and we'll celebrate when we get to the finish line.
Right, right, right. That's dope. That's dope.
You know what I mean? So we'll take our Gatorade at the end. You know what I
I
mean?
know
So
that's right. I know that's right.
yeah,
And then you said so after Breathe, what you got coming after that? And I'm just digging for titles here now because it's like we on to something.
yeah. Come on with it. We ready. We got dates and all that. Like you know what I'm saying? September the 2nd, we're gonna drop Island Vibe,
Mm. What's
and
that about?
this to close the summer out. Yo, it's fun. It's being outside the box and just stepping back to the fun side of the music, man.
Right, right,
I turn the radio on, and I don't want to be the guy that say all the music sound the same, but
right.
a lot of the concepts sound the same. So just breaking out of that, just bringing the fun back to the party. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like
Right, right.
we're gonna make the tough guys dance again. Yeah.
I know that's right. So when
So
you
so
when
the
you're
island
doing
vibe
that
is
though,
just about yeah.
so yeah,
It's,
so
it's,
jump into
it's
that.
it's
What
about having fun, man.
Tell me a little bit about the island vibe because that sounds so crazy. It sounds dope. I want to know like what is that song about? The detail, like because I know you're a visual. I'm looking at your video. I'm like, damn, he really picking up the visual. How's the video going to be for that?
Oh yeah, the the island is anywhere you at. Anywhere could be your beach. It's almost like the Corona commercial. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But how I see it, man, when I'm headed to these islands, I'm bringing money back. They gonna go blow it. They on vacation. I'm on vacation.
I know
So when
that's
we
right.
go to these islands, we gonna go turn up, but we coming to bring the bag back for the experience, and it's not all the time about the money. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? When we
right,
say
right.
coming up, you know what I mean? Because relationships worth more than money.
Listen.
So we on these islands, and we rubbing elbows with the right people. If we come on, man, we look up. We got coconuts. We drinking pineapples. We good,
Right,
and
right, right.
everybody celebrating life. If you think about paradise, it's no trouble there.
You
You
ain't
don't
never
see like
lied.
the billboards with them arguing. Like we going to the island. Like that's a vibe. Like
Exactly,
that's flip
exactly.
flop. That's whole electric guard down. Like it's a good thing.
Right, right, right.
Unless it's a crazy ass storm or something like that. But we ain't talking about that. We plan for good days.
That
We
sunny
just
day on
came
the
out of the
island.
storm. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right, right. That's
Yeah,
what's up.
I feel like if we on this side of the storm, it's time to go back to the island. Let's celebrate.
Listen, we definitely need to be back on the
And that's
island.
like you can see the breadcrumbs. That's a few joints down the road.
Mm-hmm.
And then the single right after that is title short.
Breadcrumbs. And
But
that
by
one,
then we should be
that one take me back
yeah
to the
yeah
title of the EP.
we by then we should be shaking some leaves up the street. And everybody that see me around, they know, I've been around the splitters. You know what I mean? I could survive with the best of them. You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Oh yeah. So
The EP is low. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to.
right.
I know Reed that's your folks and shit. Man, Reed got a joint for the EP too.
Shout
Quietly.
okay, I'll get that was my next question. Like, who are you collabing with? So shout out
Yeah.
to Reed Dollars. I know that's gonna be crazy. Y'all both got
Okay.
them hard voices, so I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
hearing that. Shout out to Reed. I gotta get him on
Yeah.
here. Definitely. But who else have you collaborated
Uh,
with, or you're looking forward to collaborating with on this project?
um, right now, everything's pretty much been in house this week. I'm big on paperwork right now. If your paperwork ain't situated, then
Listen.
there's not really much we can do. You know what I'm saying? But I've been working with Nick Lombardo and Decent
Okay.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? We
Okay.
do a lot of
Okay.
work with the band. Picasso, Hitman Free, the NHO Anwar, everything's been really in house. So
Th-
Michael Steffens, you know what I'm saying? The Amplified Tribe. That's it though.
Nice, nice, nice. So you getting busy.
You
And
know
I
what I'm saying?
love the fact that you
Me and Ness
said,
picked up a John too.
okay, shout out to E Nuts. You know that's folks
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Definitely.
me and Ness picked up a John. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, them
Me
Jones
and
gonna
Bill
be
feel like it's
hard.
supposed to be bubbling and drink too. So you
Okay.
know what I mean? We work for quietly, man. I don't want to speak too much. You know what I
Listen,
mean?
I know how it is. I know
But the
how it
Johns that
is.
we got for sure, they there.
Okay, okay. So you said something that definitely resonated with me when it comes down to this music industry, this business we call music, paperwork. Talk a little bit about that if you will. Just I think a lot of artists they want to collab, they want to get with you, they want to do these songs with you, and you said your paperwork got to be right. When you say that, what do you mean? For those artists that don't get it, don't understand that, don't know, just give us a little bit about what you mean when it comes down to paperwork, even if just kind of jumping split sheets. What do you need to do a song with Reese Banga?
Yeah, all that split sheets, all that. If your paperwork really not right, then it's really a waste of time.
That's
The
right.
paperwork is for my homies that don't understand, man, is protect that work.
Hmm.
You gotta protect yourself. You gotta protect your craft before you put it out. So make sure you copyright your work. Make sure everything's in line
Right, right.
because you know what I'm saying. Who want to work for free? I just don't.
Listen, listen. And
So
and
I like once I
that's
got on my
big.
team, Amplified Tribe, Panther Bread, and Brian, you know what I'm saying? My BMI and all that, it's always been in order. You know what I'm saying? I had to do things like renew it and stuff like that. But
Right.
it's levels I didn't know with, claiming your Spotify channel and all of that. It's new
Hmm.
levels to this. So
Listen, right?
my best advice is study. Study the game. Like
Educate
you
yourself.
you with anything, if you study you can be the best.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? But if
That's
you
right.
go in blind, you could get robbed.
Listen, and so many people do. And if you could also say, tell us a little bit about like your production. Who are you dealing with production? How is that working? Just on the business aspect of it. And I'm drilling you because I know you know, but a lot of artists need to
Yeah.
hear that part. They need to hear, you don't just walk in the studio and say, "Let me do this track." Like, how does that
Yeah.
process go? How can if you can tell us a little bit about that?
Well, that comes down to the paperwork with the beat. Like with me, like I said, everything in house. You know what I mean? Panther Bread right now, and shout out Flip Money. Um, and when I deal with them personally, like
Hmm.
I get the stems to these beats. Like don't think just because the ball from YouTube leaked you the beat for $40 and he
Mm,
sent you the MP3, you own it because you still gotta have a conversation with him. You know
right,
what I'm saying? Like
right,
when these beats come, they should come with the stems. They should also come with paperwork, contract, agreeing that you have exclusive right to use this,
hmm,
and everybody points is already in line. So it's no conversations on the back end. When we hit 100 million, you're not over here asking for more than what you deserve because it's already in black and white.
right, right, right. That's so important. Now we're
That's
gonna
what
have
it's
to have
about.
you back to do a
Protect
whole
that work.
nother
So
show
it's
about
it's
business.
it's more important. Y'all already know, but on the business side, is more important than the creative side.
Right, right, right.
You can have the most catchiest song, and then the board, the paperwork, he'll rob you for the same song
That's
and get
right.
paid from it,
Get
and
paid.
you be sitting there spinning in circles
Right, right. And I think that's where a
talking
lot of
about
artists get lost. They get lost right there,
yeah.
And being an engineer, I mean, you're
But
you're
I
an
got I
engineer
got a lot
too.
of homies that been in the game. Shout out to the to the PD Cracks that I done
Hmm.
sat with the Oskinos and the
Right,
Dirty Freaks and the conversation I had with them is not only with good. I want to know with bad. You know what I'm saying? And
right, right.
what was the advice to avoid it? You know what I'm saying? I
Hmm.
don't want to know about the latest party. I want to know like how do we get there and how do we stay there?
That part.
And it's the game I got from them, Son of Jans you know what I mean, Rambo from Non Brigade. These are my big
Shout out to
homies,
Son
so
of Jan.
these are big brothers to me.
Absolutely,
Yeah, so
absolutely.
I could pick up the phone and call him and say, "Yo, big bro, what do you think about this deal?" And he like, "No, no." Like,
You get
I
real
know
like,
exactly what I'm
don't do
talking about.
that, don't do that. Let me reread that.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
now being on a I'm gonna touch a little bit about you also being an engineer. So, how does
yeah.
it work for that? Because again, like I said, I deal with a lot of young people who are constantly calling the station, calling me, just wanting to know, like, well, what do I do? I'm gonna go to the studio. And my conversation with them is not just that simple. You don't just go in everybody's studio and record. So if you could just tell us, like, from the
Right.
engineering side as well, like, how does it work when a young person, they got a song, an original, and they want to come in and record? Like, what's the requirements? What do you expect from them?
Well, what I would expect on my avenue, my block is, come prepared. Know what you want to do before you get there. Don't get
Hmm.
there trying to figure it out. It's cool to sit and catch a vibe, you know what I
Right,
mean? But
right.
some people come there with nothing in mind. And don't get it wrong, it's different levels to the talent because I got some people that can create the beat right there, create the hook, and be
Hmm.
out in an hour. But then I've seen some people work on freestyles for 3 hours and don't finish.
Right,
You know what
right,
I'm saying?
right.
So it's not about how long it's taking, but just know exactly what you want to do, and,
Hmm.
and stop bringing the entourage to the studio that's not connected to these records. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
these sessions be about vibe.
Yep.
So
Yep.
if you got negative energy in the room, it's going to take away from your creativity. I've seen it happen time and time again.
Absolutely, absolutely. And
So
when
just
you
know what you
say,
want to do. And besides the paperwork,
hmm,
before we get there, we got to make sure our beats right. So we got to talk to the boy, make sure his paperwork right.
right,
So there's a
right.
lot of paperwork that got to get done before you even get to the studio. Y'all get hit on
Listen,
top of the bars.
it's always, and I think that's the part that's really missing in the game when it comes down to a lot of street rappers. We got a million people
Yeah,
that say they rap or rap but don't have no paperwork or don't have any of the right paperwork. They may have a copyright, and I'm like, yo, copyright only a that's a small fraction of what you need to really get started.
yeah,
You can't go into no big studio just with saying, "Oh, I got this copywritten, I'm ready." Because as you know, a lot of people go in these big studios and they songs get stolen. So, how do you feel about that? The
oh yeah.
stealing of the music. People. A lot of them try to, oh man, he stole my song or he stole my lyrics. What advice would you give a young artist right now, who have a good song, good catchy hook or song or whatever, and they go around, somebody that's out. I'm not going to do no name dropping. I want to come at somebody, but I'm not. So,
Yeah,
but what
yeah,
what advice would you get them right now if they sitting around that person or sitting around somebody and they're saying the lyrics? Because as an artist, as a rapper myself, I know sometimes stuff just stick with you. You might hear a bar, you don't even know where you got it from, but you like, I'm gonna slide that in this next joint
mm-hmm.
because that's just how it is. So many artists I'm seeing, especially young artists, they're feeling, like attacked. And it's really not even about that. So what
Yeah.
advice would you give a young artist who's in the studio, who's out and about, moving around, and this happens to them?
Well, one reason I see that is because they leak their music.
Mhm.
Stop going to the studio and going live and letting them hear the whole record as
Mhm.
soon as you finish. They don't got nothing to look forward to when the project drops.
That's
And then
right.
that's how people can steal your bars. So that's another form of protecting your work.
Right.
Even even when the song is mixed and mastered and it's already been to the label and back,
Mhm.
copywritten, we still not displaying a minute and 30 seconds of it. It's only 30-second clips. Only do small clips of your promo.
There you go. There
And they
you
keep
go.
your circle tight. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right. Now, what about the I want to talk about stage performance right now because I'm out here working with teams promoting, working with a lot of promoters right now. And one of the big things I see is a lot of artists, they're being paid to perform and they're bringing 250
Yeah.
people with them. Like, so which I'm like, oh my goodness, like who's performing? Who's the rapper? So like, what are your advice to, like, again, another artist that's out there? And I'm not even gonna say young artists at this point, but any artist that's out there that's getting a check to perform. Like, how do you carry yourself when it's time you go to a show and you're about to perform? Do you take all of your friends with you, or how many people you might take on stage? Like, which how do you figure that out?
Ah man, like me personally, I don't want nobody on stage. Like if you don't,
Damn,
it's the
Reese.
same vibe with it's the same vibe with the studio though. If you're not connected to this record, if you're not in the back, you just in the back looking up, or you taking up space, or you being tricky with a mic cord, and you don't even know the lyrics to the song. What are you back
Right.
you're ruining the footage. So
Yes.
with
Yes.
me, like one person I looked up to as far as like live performance was always like Jay Z. Like if
Yeah.
you look back, there's no entourage back there,
No.
there's no laser light
Mm-mm.
show and them
Mm-mm.
chicks, none of that. He's back there painting that picture.
That's right.
You don't
That's
need all
right.
that.
Well,
So
I've
one
seen it a
thing, I'm
lot.
not bringing all of them on the stage. You can come to the show, you know
Hmm.
what I'm saying, and we can mob, but when it's time, you got to separate the two.
Right.
That's
Right.
that's
Right.
it.
Yeah, and I think that's been a challenge. I mean, even on the end the promotion, and then we're sitting there, we realized, hey, I gotta make sure that only the artists, I just at this point I feel like a lot of professionals in this game, and we shouldn't have to tell them, as a promoter, look, you can't bring all of your cousins, friends, aunts, uncles, and everybody to the
Yeah.
stage with you, because really that's what we seeing.
I get it. It's a tactic. You know what I mean? Sometimes it works. Sometimes it looks good, but
Hmm.
often it looks sloppy. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's
That
all over the place.
Yes, it does. It looks crazy. It's like, oh my God, who's the rapper? Who's even rapping? So I look back at a
Right.
lot of the footage, and I've seen it. So, that's one of the things I try to make sure that, artists know ahead of time when they're working with me, that just who are you bringing to the stage? I think that's something that we should talk about before you even, sign this contract. Do you
Yeah.
need to bring 500 people? And then going to
Yeah.
clubs
My
and going
my
to
dudes
events
too.
too.
They ain't trying to be seen. They want to be in the back when it go down. You
That's
know what
what's
I'm
up.
saying? Like we really moving. So
Right.
they ain't trying to be in no pictures. You know what I'm saying? That's
Good.
not the real spot.
Right, right, right.
They there to drink up all the champagne. Yeah, I mean, take those down. When
Right.
you get to the other side, you can wonder why the tab's so high in the section. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
dudes like that.
Right,
You
right,
trying to
right.
say?
So, if any, like, what hurdles have you ran into trying to put a project together during the pandemic?
Um, my realest battle was just losing my grandma, man, and
Mm, my condolences.
that
I
was
know
my
that's hard.
toughest joint, but it was my best battle. Because uh, I discovered this strength I didn't even know I had in there
Wow.
because of that.
Right.
And I went through the worst pain I've ever endured and figured out a way in that dark little corner I crawled up into and figured out how to turn it into fuel and
Mm,
say, yo, we back outside carrying it because I was side by side every day in hospice visits, you know what I'm saying? And
right, right.
yo, go do what you do. I was actually on tour. I
Mm,
was what was that tour date? I had to go to Delaware for that show. And I
wow.
went and did it. She told me, said, yo, this is what you love to do. This is what keeps you out of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
You'll do what you do.
That's what's up.
So I pulled strength out of that. So and
Mm,
everybody that's been going through it after that, I've been just sharing that strength with them. So I wouldn't even say that was an obstacle. I would say more like a gift, man. And it was like it was given to me to carry, and I had to
mm.
ration
You
it
had
out.
to
And
carry it.
I had to share the strength with the people that was around me.
Mm, that's dope. And that's
You know
that's
what I mean? So
crazy
it was deep.
motivation.
Like I'm back with a message.
I know that's right, and I mean that's so powerful. I think because we all lost a lot of people during this last 2 years, and
Mm-hmm.
and just not just people, but jobs and homes
Hey,
and all kinds of stuff. And your song is perfect
lifestyle
timing.
change and
Listen,
everything.
real rap,
Yeah.
everything. So I think it's big, that you came out with a song that says carry it. And and for you to promote it that way and really just let people know what the song is really about so they can understand, let me tune in, let me listen. Cause you even on the graphics, what I noticed, and I was like, wow, this is dope. You got like this crazy close-up shot. Like, who came up with the visual for this? Because I was impressed. Being a graphic designer, low key, I'm not, but I am.
Right, right.
I'm sitting there and
So
I'm like, yo,
the,
it's crazy.
the, the team I got is amazing. So when I stumbled upon the deal, everybody that I work with coming up, through my younger days in my career, my guy Phil, Mac Media, um, he does all my graphics. But if they take between him and 1229, they do the graphics and the videos, and the the still shot was captured from 12, and the idea was put together with Mac Media with. And if
Mm,
you look into the lens, it's like, yo, you could see planets. like we above the game
Yo,
like that, carrying. This is our vantage point on how we coming back to carry it. Like I named
wow.
some shit, and I'm coming back to share this knowledge with my peers.
Nice, nice. So
I
what are
came
your
out, man. I was Tupac King. I come out. I got credit for it, right. We good.
look, you didn't really you ready to carry it.
Uh, yeah, I'm on some whole different. You know what I'm
It's a
saying?
grown man. You
Yeah,
being a grown man
that
right now, and that's ain't nothing like it.
I evolved and shout out to my staff around me and my mentors. You know what I mean? Panther Bread and Ryan. You know what I mean? They grooming me for the next level. That's it. That's all. Like, and I, years ago, I said, man, we done talking shit. We just gonna work,
That's what's up.
and we
That's
gonna
what's
work with
up.
those who passionate about work,
I know that's right. I know
and
that's
we
right.
can't miss.
So where do you okay, so just somebody who, I've toured around the world. So where do you look forward to touring? Where do you like what's your goal spot? Because my I had a goal spot. I had a place where I had to go perform and it was scary, but I wanted to do it. What's your goal spot? What's your big performance in your head? How do you create it and how you gonna carry it? Because that's my new slang. So go ahead.
I mean, like growing up, like these will always be definitely hometown Jones. Made in America. Would be
Right.
like super dope. But when you understand the business and you study the analytics, I want to go with a bag is that.
So do you know where the
I
bag
want to go
is?
with the feeling that venue at. Right. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just be, in Miami or Club
Right.
Dreas in Vegas
Let me tell
and
you
nobody
something.
there because it's my dream spot. Like,
Right, right,
no,
right.
I want to be where
You,
they enjoying the festivities. I want to
right.
be where people come to have fun and shit. Like,
So you try to
I
take
went
an
to a venue the
overseas
other night.
trip.
It was, yeah, like,
Mhm.
they so happy to be there.
Mhm.
Everything's so great. That's why I want to be there. You
I
know
know
what I
that's
mean?
right. And so I'm gonna
On that
say,
island. Let's
yeah,
go back to that
listen,
island. I want to
right.
move to that island.
And
Hands
I know
down,
that's
not a
right.
care in the world.
Listen, you want to hit places like Australia. Um, I mean, the love
Yeah.
you get in Australia from hip hop is phenomenal. China, China is where the bag is. You said the bag, go to China. Get booked in China. Like, and I think a lot of in Japan as well. But really, and
Yeah.
just artist to artist, promote your music to those places. You know what I mean? Study their sound, study what they're looking to hear too. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, we don't we just create for us, and that's cool. But on the other hand,
Yeah.
I wanted to go there. So I was like, wait, who can I collab with that's in Japan?
Mm-hmm.
And then I had the opportunity to do so. So start look outside of here, and it's cool, but you'll be surprised who's already famous there that we never heard of. Who we never heard.
Yup.
They
Yup.
big and
Sure.
famous, and because the fame is not the same. It's just not the same overseas.
Yup.
So look out, look over there, find you somebody to collab with. It's so much easier now. Back when we was doing this, we didn't have the internet and cell phones, and you know what I mean. Like things was different.
Yeah.
So it was like we go over there. It was like
Yeah.
really a different. We didn't have a lens, but y'all do. So it's like
And
now take advantage of this
it was
seriously.
it was all far fetched before, but
Oh
now,
man,
like I said, it's a different vantage point. You know
it
what I mean? Like
really
even
is.
with the simple breeze, it was that song was sent to Turkey and hit
Wow.
back massive. You know what I'm saying? So my
Wow.
music is leaving the country. Like the guy, shout out to Alexis. You know what I'm saying? Shit, we been posted on Instagram pages from overseas. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
this happened like I would love to go there anywhere. They embrace me.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And that's why
I'm
it's
cool.
important to
I'm right there.
it's important to look at your analytics. So I want to talk a little bit about that too, because you know what I do for a living. I do analytics. I'm a data scientist.
Mm-hmm.
And on that end, a lot of people don't understand what I do. And I do analytics. Basically, I take the numbers and make them make sense, and we figure out how to rework them.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, how much do you know about analytics? Do you know how to read your analytics? Do you know how to pull them? And what are you doing to track where your music is being heard right now? Or do you have a team for that?
I got a team for that, but I've always been hands on. I've always been this guy that I'm asking a million questions. Like if you're
Mm-hmm.
not If you're not coming to be a teacher without being a teacher, don't be around me and know some
Mm,
shit. Because I'm gonna ask you. I'm not the guy that's gonna just let you do it for me. So if
right,
the teams
right.
that I got, they have the knowledge on there, and they like, yo, pull this swivel chair up because I'm grooming you to be the next boss.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So you
So this is
definitely in the
something that's
learning.
new to me, and that's one of the new levels that I was saying that I had no idea about. Like, oh wait, you can open it up and see who looking. Where are
From
they looking?
and
How
what
long they
what
looking?
they looking with, if
Okay,
they on their iPhone, if they on their Android, if they're
right.
looking from their iPad. Like, people don't really understand the analytics and how you can really find, where people are, who they are, whether you got your fan base is mostly men or women. Like,
Yeah.
it's going to help you to
To,
also create your sound.
to, to the hustlers, you know what I mean? Like the analytics is on with the stuff on
That
what
part.
price, because that's
Exactly.
what they buy.
Yep. Exactly. Exactly.
That's it. When you figure that out, good.
Part of it's the rest of the game. I do want to bring my co-host on. I didn't had him on mute. Mr. 3.0.
Yeah.
I'm about to bring him on, see if he have any questions. Mr. 3.0, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still there. I'm always live and direct on the Expected Hustle,
Well, we
man.
got
You
Reese
got this
Banga.
game.
That's good.
You have any questions for Mr.
Bro,
Banga?
I was one. Nah, actually, I don't have any questions for you, but I will say it has been a pleasure to hear you talk because I followed you for years. I've been with Neen for like we
Ever.
said last week, almost a decade. And
Mm.
she taught me a lot of things. And in this past year, I've learned to evolve myself around the right type of people and eliminate the people that's not. So I just want to let you know that I had my pen and pad while y'all was having this whole interview, and I've been receiving the knowledge. I've been listening to everything you were saying, and if I'm just gonna let you know, I'm definitely a couple, maybe like 6, 5, 6 years ago, I had told Nina, I said, listen, man, I write poetry, so I want to put something to a beat. And
Yeah.
I never knew exactly the steps to do it. But now I have all the steps plus more, thanks to you. You know what I mean? And it's a pleasure to talk to you because, like I said, I've been following you for years. You know what I mean? And it's you got some good stuff. I'm ready for the new stuff. I'm gonna tell you just like I told her. When you need a choreographer, I'm right there on deck. I got stage performance. I know how to organize. I got it all. I got it all. So, big big
tapping
shout
in
out to
that.
you,
I'm
bro.
gonna be here too. We tapping into all of that. You know what I mean, I'm gonna need you for the house vibe.
There we go. There we go. And
Oh
that was
yeah, we
what I
go.
was thinking. Yep.
Listen. So this like I said, just listening to what you were saying, it just put perspective on just a lot of things, not just music, but just how people were supposed to go about business. And a lot
Right.
of people listen to our show and they don't understand like certain things. But if you actually pay attention to what other people are saying,
Mhm.
and you touched on something as far as like, the knowledge part. I live my life now, whereas though I don't know nothing.
Yeah.
Our guest last week said something that touched on that, and at the end of the day, when you focus on what you need to focus on, you can never not have
Mhm.
the knowledge. You gotta tune into whatever somebody can give you, apply what you can apply to you, and keep it pushing. So I feel like I'm smart. I tell me all the time, every time somebody give
That's
me
why I leave him
episodes,
on mute.
it's a
See,
rap. She let me be.
he
Listen,
start feeling
because at the
smart.
end of the day, listen, I'm smart. I feel smart. I'm around smart people. You're smart.
No, and it is dope. Definitely.
So
Thanks.
whatever you don't know, they can teach you.
Thank you, Mr. 3.0. I'm gonna tone you
So,
out for a second so we can knock the rest of this out. I got a few more questions that I'm gonna hold you hostage for
Yeah.
here. So, far as, I mean, I know you're creating, you're in your creative bag now. I didn't hear, and I'm you know me, you personally know me, so I'm about to hit you with the
Yeah.
numbers, right? So, what female are you looking forward to collaborating with besides Nina Capone? Because
Um.
I know everybody want to collaborate. I'm gonna come out of the grave on y'all. I'm gonna kill the game eventually.
They working. My camp is working with this new chick. I forgot her last name. Tiana, shout out to Tiana if you listening, baby. But I forgot her situation. But
Mhm.
she's brand new. But
Okay.
I don't I don't mind working with the females. You know what I mean? Shout out to Miss Porter. Miss Porter get busy.
Okay.
Obviously yourself. I ain't going. You know what I mean?
I big myself up. I don't need you,
Tulu.
no. No, but I think a lot of
But
times, a lot of fellas get those collaborations. Remember in the back of the day, that was like a thing, to collaborate with a
yeah,
female, and that song always did numbers. It just did something, right? Like, what are you
right.
looking to make that kind of song? I'm gonna say Jay-Z and Foxy Brown. Like, remember that music? Remember those collabs was
Yeah.
so airtight. If I collab with
I
you, I
love
want to
that
do
feel
that.
on there.
Right. Right.
I got quite a few in the book that's sitting in the back. But like when I go in creative mode, like it's never I go in to create so and so. Like my recent music, like the last thing I went through, one of my homies, he just got shot in the back, and
Mm.
he actually died. And he brought him back to life. So I was
Oh,
like kind of
sorry to
like
hear that.
sad and angry about it, but I'm
Right.
not necessarily gonna go in there and talk about word for word what we're going through,
Mm-hmm.
but like it might reflect some
Pain.
aggressive music. You know what
Right,
I'm saying?
right, right. Just to kind of let that pain out.
But I'm not. I do it how I feel. It's art. There's no right or wrong way to do it.
That's
So
right.
even in my worst moments, like when my grandma was going through that, I was creating songs. I wrote a song about that,
Wow. Wow.
and
I,
this is my outlet. You know what I mean?
no, it
This
is.
is how
It
I let
is.
it out. So
It is.
good, bad, or ugly, it's coming out.
Right, right, right. Now, as far as those type of topics, and you touched on, pain music, and I think a lot of times, we do pain music. I do. I got a lot of pain music. How do you feel? How do you feel when you go back and listen to your pain music? Um, does it, like, where does it take you when you listen to it, or have you ever received any feedback from someone who heard your pain music or your pain song and said, "Damn, that hit me," right here, just that conversation. Has that ever happened yet?
I kind of stay away from them them topics and them moments in our life. I kind of like try to keep them moments private.
Mm-hmm.
But when I have visited those moments, like I did a song that was titled "Dead Vets," that's my dad's name, but my dad was not present in my life at all. But this concept was just to tell him, thank you for being the greatest teacher ever,
Mm,
for not being there. If you understand what I'm saying, like
absolutely.
you not being there to do everything I should have did. You know what I mean, or should do.
Right, 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 right.
So I'm in there, and it is detailed. It's bad. And where I'm not disrespecting my dad, but I'm letting him know that hurt, that pain from a
Right.
kid's perspective. And my mom heard it. He's like, damn, he's gonna cry in his egg. Like
Wow.
I don't know. So I really try to stay away from them because like now I have the same story like everybody else.
Right.
Family members doing drugs and all that. But I'm not talking about these moments. I don't want to triumph off of bad times.
Right, right, right. And then that makes sense. That makes
So
sense. So
I want to feel good music. I want to go to the
you want to
island.
have
You know what I mean?
fun.
I don't want to be like, damn, thinking about the dead homies I done lost or
Right, right. I
my
think we got
nephew
enough of
getting
that music
targeted.
out there. Right, right. No, and that's
Yeah,
that's definitely what's up.
shout out to the dudes that do it, and it's a time and a place for every song. You know what I'm
Absolutely,
saying? But
absolutely.
I don't really like doing those things.
So there's another thing I want to touch on before we go. We got about 10 minutes left. Um, as a rapper, as an artist, we're commonly looked at as role models. How do you
Yeah,
feel, or where do you feel like you fit in when it comes down to being a role model? When we make, like, I make bang bang shoot 'em up slap a bitch music. So
hmm
and it's
hmm
not all like that, but I had my times. So how do you feel about the whole role model separation thing, and like taking that stance, because you're getting ready to take a different direction right now. You're about to be on a different platform, a different level. So what's your
yeah,
take on
yeah,
being an influencer now? Because now everything you do is being watched now, because we're online, we're on the internet. I didn't have this problem coming up, but now I do. We're influencers. How do
yeah.
you feel about being an influencer to some young boy out here who's looking at you like that's Reese Banga?
I mean, it's always important to be, a role model or carry yourself as such. You know what I mean? Even when the camera's on or the camera's off. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Absolutely.
So if you conducting yourself like they looking at all times, this is not something that we got to protect. So
Right.
if it's
Right.
something that you're not true to, if you're not really, you can't go tell them no, stop the violence, put the guns down, and they see you with the guns. Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
You
Right.
gotta lead by example. Like, and even if you're going to do it, don't let the youngest kids do it. Like, you know what
Right.
I mean?
Right. Right.
But
Keep it.
that's what goes on. It's like do as I say and not as
Not as
I
I
do.
do.
You know what I
Yep.
mean? So if you
Yep.
got somebody like that and they trying to be a role model, and it's like, wait, you just said it wasn't cool to do this, but you doing it. You
Right.
know what I mean? You kind of confusing them. So whatever, like I stand on, that's what I believe in,
Mm.
and these are the same lessons that I instill in my kids. Like I'm not telling them, go tell if somebody hits you. Them lessons is over. You know what I'm saying? No freedom, and then we'll figure it out on the back end because you're not gonna be a target out here. You know what I mean? Because them old lessons is for the old time. You know what I mean? They evolve just like a lot of things. So the way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So look, I'm counting down, watching the clock. Shout out to Son of Jane. He just tuned in. So before I let you go, well, I got one more question, but I don't know how I want to juggle it, right? Like I'm gonna just take all your time up. But before we jump into what I really want, I'm gonna ask you one more question. Far as a giving
Yeah.
back, as an artist, when you get into mainstream, one of the things that people look for is what's your charity or your give back. What do you stand on far as that? Like, this is what I want to, be a part of, because people are gonna ask you, can you be a part of this? Can you be a part of that? Like, what's your give back? What's your
Oh yeah, yeah.
charity?
I mean, like I've been working side by side with a couple nonprofit organizations. So these
Mm,
these are things that dear to my heart already. You know what I mean? I enjoy giving back. Yeah,
nice.
no matter where we at in life, you know what I mean, we gotta reach back because somebody obviously
Always.
did that for us at some point.
Absolutely.
Um, but my charities would be, you know what I mean, something that benefit the race, the community.
Mm,
You know what I
nice.
mean?
Nice.
So whatever that is at that time, whether it be an after school program, which is I think it's more intense than that. Like we need like where we at, we need almost like a scared straight chicken by the shoulders
You ain't
moment
never
from the
lie.
mentors. Yeah,
Right,
you know what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah, and that's
It's
real.
it's not one of them. Oh, stay in school, don't do no drugs. It's
Nah.
not one of them. They
We
already
beyond the
in
dare
the streets. They
program.
already doing.
Yeah, we beyond the dare
Yeah.
program. Yeah, definitely. All right,
So
so
something like that, you know what I mean?
that's dope.
And making sure nobody out here hungry and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like
Of
right
course,
now,
of
like yeah.
course. Yeah.
Shout out to the Fathership Foundation. Shout out to Tell 'em Care. You know what I mean? These are guys that I like grew
Mm.
up with. You know, we got to a certain age and decide, yo, we gonna have to be the guys.
Yep.
Starting these food banks
Yep.
and doing these after school programs. And we know it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
We
once
gotta.
we embrace that, you know what I mean, no matter what it is we do, you know what I mean. I got a homie, he got a detail company, one got the lawn company, and I got the studio. You know what I mean. We're willing to take on time with these kids. You know what I mean.
Nice.
Like
Nice.
I tried it, but we got to work out some paperwork with that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean, because
Absolutely.
that'd be abused on my side. You know what I mean. But
Absolutely.
I would be willing to teach kids, how to record or you know what I mean, what to listen for when they mixing and stuff like that. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Just to
Okay.
keep them off the streets for some time.
All right. Well, we'll definitely talk behind the scenes. I got some people and some high places. We might be able to put something
Mm.
together for sure. Um. So before I let you go, in this last, what we got, like 5 minutes or so. I need some bars, right? Now I can't play music on here, but since I got you, I'm thinking, can I get 16? Can you give us a little something, little Reese Banga? He
Okay.
said,
Started in the basement. Now I got a view. I ain't have a whip. Now I got a few. Used to play the opposite. Now I get a new. First about the box, spinning corners through the zoo. Start putting games to that Mac pop. Internet gangsters throwing shots with the cat block. Posted on the back block. But we ain't buying wolf tickets overhead. Just 100 shots sick. We ain't shooting in the air. You niggas don't learn the hard way. You don't want the smoke. I work in broad day. You can walk down. Post up and bang on. Stand likely high rain on them. Let's get the small talk. Fuck the conversation. Give me the keys to the safe for the combination. Real niggas, we ain't never wait.
Mm. Loving it, loving it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You got Son of Jane on here talking trash. He complimenting you, but he coming at me. So that was 16 from the one and only Reese Banga, y'all. Reese, I want to thank you for joining me. Hopefully we could do this again, maybe in August with the other release, just to bring you back on and try to get you connected on a live. Um, and I'll send all the
Right.
links to
Let's
you
go.
because we are live on the radio too. So we're actually broadcasting over 350 stations. So I'm gonna send you as many links I can pull, or you can also go to the website and click on all those little links I got there. They're all live, and check out the interview. They should be ready in the next 10 minutes or so. But thank you, thank you, thank
Yeah.
you for allowing us to share you and your world. Just give us some. I mean, you definitely drop knowledge, and that's crazy. We definitely appreciate that. I think the young people need to hear that. I wish you much success, and I'm looking forward to really sitting down with you, talk business. Maybe I,
Yeah.
I you might get a 16 out of me. I don't know. It might happen. So definitely you listen.
Whatever we can do, let's
For
put it together and
sure,
make
for
it work,
sure.
man.
That's
Like
what
I
I'm talking
appreciate
about.
you for having me. You know what I mean? So shit, shout out to you. You know what I mean? Shout out to the whole gang, Amplified Tribe, Ryan Black Ink Management, Panther Bread, 1229, Mac Media. You know what I mean? The whole team making this possible because
Absolutely.
to y'all to make it look so effortless. You know what I'm saying? But it's countless hours that go into it. You know how it goes.
Yes, yes, indeed, indeed. Well, again, I do thank you, and I'm going to end the session. I want to thank everybody that tuned in this evening. In the streetsradio.com. You can jump on, you can rewatch this, re-listen, however you want to do it. All the audio is cool because that's where we pretty much did the show there. So the visuals not as much, but it's cool. We got both ends, so we caught it in both angles. Again, I'll send out post all the links on the website in the streetsradio.com. Anybody want to get at me, industriesradio.com. I got links, I got forms. You can get at me at any time if you want to do an interview. I'm looking forward to the next single, Reese. You hang in there. You need anything from me, you already know I got your back. I'm going to hold you down. Holla at your girl. It's the one and only Nina Capone, and we about to sign out, y'all.
Appreciate